Rural Heritage on RFD TV is brought to you by Rural Heritage Magazine, a bi-monthly magazine featuring articles about farming and logging with draft animal power, small-scale diversified family farming and homesteading, and other aspects of our rich rural heritage. Rural Heritage Magazine, borrowing from yesterday to do the work of today. For subscription information, please call 319-362-3027 or order online at www.ruralheritage.com. Hi, I'm Joe Mishka. Welcome to another episode of Rural Heritage TV. Each Labor Day weekend, the city of Mount Pleasant, Iowa, fills up with visitors from around the country to experience a taste of how farming was done 100 years ago at the Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Today we're going to spend the half hour watching the horses and mules work and meet the teamsters who brought them to Old Threshers. Next week we'll spend time with the steam engines and some of the old tractors being displayed, so be sure to come back.
Yeah, when I was younger, Dad would always lose me, and he'd always find me crawled up in a couple of 19-hand Belgian mares, and I'd be laying with them down the barn.
Snuggling with them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He always told me to stay away, but I couldn't do it. The left-hand horse is 3, and the right-hand horse is 4.
Okay. Did you break them?
Yep.
Wow.
I start to finish. I bought the left-hand horse as a weanling, and I bought the right-hand horse as a yearling.
Okay.
My wife always wanted a black team, so this was my reason to get one. So, yeah, they're very trustworthy. And it's funny to see when you hook them to anything. They just don't listen to anybody. They've been around me their entire lives, so I'm just pretty much the only one that they'll really listen for. If you watch them out there, how they rotate their ears, and it's the connection between the horse and the teamster is pretty. I've never experienced it like I have raising a young team and bringing them kind of into the extreme conditions, like being around the loud noises, the trains. Feeling the vibrations coming through their feet. That's a lot for a horse to take in.
Right.
We actually got engaged here at Old Threshers.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a team of paint horses that me and my dad bought together, and her dad told her that she could never have horses, and she finagled it with buying her first mule when she was younger. And then, so when she got old enough, she always hung around the horse barn. She's been here ever since she's just a little baby, and her parents were very involved, and her grandparents were very involved, and then so she always spent a lot of her time. And then we started coming in 2012. I asked her out, and 2014, I believe it is, we got engaged here right in front of the horses, and then got married 2015.
This is Molly and Gus. We just got them about 3 weeks ago and had every intention of bringing them down here to expose them to some new stuff, and they've just done phenomenal on the corn grinder and crosscut saw and all that good stuff out in the infield. So they're both mules. Okay. One's John Mule and one's Jenny Mule.
Okay. All right. And when you say we just got them, you mean your family? Or?
Yep, me and my wife just got them. Okay.
So you've got a small team of mules, and then you've got a big team of Belgians.
Yep. And we've got a few minis down here as well. So we just acquired these from an old boy that was just up the road from my place, and he hadn't drove them in 2 years, so he decided it was time to get rid of them. So.
Had you worked with mules before?
Yes, we have actually raised mules out of halflingers in the past. Yes. They're different. They're a whole different brain setup is what they are. They're very sure-footed compared to a horse. They've got their perks and they've got their disadvantages, but they definitely are this is a very good team.
I did more from the outside of the ball. What the brake versus actually taking the foot. Quit. Oh, it's just like our fingernails. If you're too short, it hurts for a couple of days.
This is my Percheron team. This is Henry. This is Richard. They are 13 years old. I got them when they were coming 2-year-olds. Broke them out myself. I broke them to every piece of machinery I can think possibly to hook them to. And they've been a pretty good team of boys.
Are they related?
Yeah, they are half brothers. Same
Okay.
dad, same age, 2 different mares.
Okay. And so you bought them as 2-year-old gelding?
Yes, sir.
At a sale or from an individual?
Nope, bought them privately off a man up by Sully. Amish friend of mine, he'd raised them and sold them to that guy, and the guy wasn't really happy with them, didn't think they were going to get big enough, and he wanted bigger horses because they didn't think they were going to make it over 17 hands.
Okay.
Well, we made it to 18,
Yeah,
and
you did.
the guy regrets his decision to sell them.
Yeah, he wasn't able to.
A lot of people come through, you know, this is the first time they've ever petted a horse, might get a chance to sit on one down here. It's both crowds. A lot of people will see the same kids. We've watched them grow up since we started coming. They come to the barn every year. You know, it's just the highlight of their day to come down and see the horses, and be it whether they're from the steam area or, you know, small engines, same kids every year. And that is just wonderful. There's people that come see me every year from Arkansas to southern Missouri, and that it's just one of the things to look forward to.
That's very cool. That's very cool. So you've been coming to this event for, do you know how long?
I think we started coming down in 2006.
Okay.
Only year I've missed would have been 2010 with the Percheron Congress in Des Moines, and of course the COVID year.
Sure, right. What do you like about coming here?
The family atmosphere, everybody helps everybody down here. Some of these people we only get to see once a year. And just getting to play with the old machinery is just a blast. And then anytime you got Amish cooking going on, happy for a fat kid like me. So.
We now have 4 volumes of America's Rural Yesterday books with photos of farm life 100 years ago. Fieldwork has images of horses in the fields working the ground, planting and harvesting the crop. Barn and Farmyard shows farmers putting that crop in the barn, silo, or corn crib and caring for poultry, hogs, cattle, and more. In At Home and in Town, farm families prepare Sunday dinner, relax in the parlor, drive to town by buggy or wagon, and visit the general store. Finally, Early Tractors has over 250 photos of early American tractors like Alice Chalmers, Oliver, John Deere, Farmall, Minneapolis Moline, and many more. These photos are of new tractors back in the day and show how they were configured coming out of the factory. Buy any of these books for $24.95 plus shipping. When you buy 2 or more, the price per book goes down, all the way to $17.49 per book when you buy all 4. To order, just call 1-877-647-2452 or order online at www.ruralheritage.com. That's 877-647-2452.
You've been coming to this event for what,
3 years, just
now?
3 years,
This
yeah.
your third year?
Yep,
It's
yep.
a little bit of a drive for you to get here.
Right, 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
The gas is expensive.
Yes. It's about $100 a trip, so
Yeah.
I bring the camper down and then come back a few days later with the horses.
Tell me about your team.
Well, this is Judy and Stormy. They are 10 and 5. Judy is part of a team that was the last team my dad broke, so I got her a mate at home. These 2 horses I just put together kind of this year. Their regular teammates had foals, and so I threw these 2 together, and they work good together. I've got 6 mares, and I can pick out any 2 and throw them together, so it works out pretty good for me.
You could throw them together on either side. Probably.
Either side, yeah. Break everything to both sides. Normally, once I establish the team, I keep them right and left because I'm too lazy to flip lines and switch the little parts of the harness. I like to have different, but
Sure. Yeah, and if you're plowing, it's you get a furrow horse and you
right,
get a landside
yeah,
horse.
you
that likes to do
betcha.
that.
They do their work and they stay there, and we like it that better. I like to plow with 4-head, 2 and 2. I've got a single bottom John Deere, a 2-wheeled plow with a stiff tongue. It don't you can back it up without falling over, and it's a nice plow to use. And with 4-head, it's
plow
like
all
pulling.
day.
Yeah, you don't have to. You only stop and rest when you want to visit. So
Right,
Yeah.
that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Do you go to many plow days then?
we go to 2 or 3
Yep.
every year, and so I like that. Eldon has an old iron show similar to this, smaller scale, and I usually take my horses there to plow. So that.
Did you grow up working horses?
No, I didn't. We had quarter horses as a kid. I had a pony before I was 3, and a little cart, and I dreamed of having 2 horses on my cart, but showed quarter horses until I was in junior high and something, and then I was tired of going in circles eating dust. I didn't care if I ever had another horse. Well, Grandpa put together the old retired quarter horses as a team, so I'd help him at some parades, and then Dad bought a team, and I bought my pair a couple years later, and we've been at it ever since.
So your dad grew up probably driving
Yes,
horses
he actually
on
grew
the
horses.
field.
They had teams the whole time he was at home. He was born in '36, so so they had horses the whole time. I think he said he was 12 or something before they got a tractor to come in and do the plowing, but they always had a team around as long as he was at home.
So he knew what he was doing when he got back to
Absolutely,
it.
absolutely. So he bought a pair of babies, and he and I worked at the same place, so I'd come home every day, and we'd hitch them little things up every night. Dad had bought a 2-wheeled cedar cart, high-wheeled. He bought them before he had the team, but anyway, we got them together, and we'd put on 2 bales of hay and go out and feed his sheep every day. So, and Dad knew Dad's a good horseman. He was a good horseman. So I love this group I'm in now with Old Threshers bunch. They just kind of adopted me when I come down here and just made you feel like you're part of the family. And we all eat together. We eat our meals together and help each other out, hauling manure and all that stuff. So it's really, like you say, a sense of community, you know.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it, even though they'll pull some practical jokes on you every
Right.
once in a while. Yeah.
Right, how about that?
I woke up this morning to come do my chores, and there are 2 little spotted ponies in here where they're supposed to be big Belgians. And I had to look around a little bit and found out where my horses were, but I'm sure them kids just thought that was funnier than heck last night when they was doing it all. You know, us old people got to go to bed at a decent time.
Right. You also are involved in putting on driving clinics.
Yeah.
Getting people involved in the what do you call it? The corn husking.
Right. Yeah. Hand corn. Yeah. Hand corn husking. Yeah, we do that. And we just had our clinic last week, and we kind of established a week after the state fairs open or closed, and they announce it, and we send out flyers up at the state fair. So we'll get a lot of interest there because they have a good draft horse show at the Iowa State Fair, and then people remember that for 1 week. They come down. So we had 10 teams, and let people drive them. I mean, we show them how to harness and what commands you're supposed to use, and then we turn them loose with our horses, and away we go. It's a good time.
Yeah, and it's good for people beginning to have some success, to take it slow, work with broke teams, not have an accident at home right away.
Yeah, I mean, I tell everybody to, if they're interested in doing it, get a mentor, buy an old team if you're going to buy something. Not everybody listens to my advice, but I think that's best. But you come to our clinics and you at least get an idea, and you meet somebody that's got horses, and they'll say, hey, can I come to your farm? And that's because we try to teach them there at the clinic stuff, but there's a lot of things
you're
that
mostly
we'll not
teaching
cover.
them that there's a lot to learn.
Yes, absolutely. And they're just things that we forget that's so obvious to us.
Second nature.
Yes, absolutely. That's what it is. So anyway, I think it's a good deal. And we have anywhere from 60 to 80 people show up at these clinics and
that's terrific.
To drive. So.
Bring your love of rural life home with the 2024 Draft Horse Calendar. Each month features a different photo of draft horses at work. There's even a smaller photo featured on the grid pages. The calendar measures 12 by 19 inches, and the wire binding ensures it lays flat on the wall. Large grid squares make it useful for keeping track of appointments or special occasions. They cost only $17.95 each, with free shipping, or get 2 for $32. Just call 877-647-2452 or visit www.ruralheritage.com. That's 877-647-2452.
There is no knife to cut the straw.
There's no knife.
What this machine was actually used for was for pulling stumps. And they would secure that cable to a stump or a tree out in the middle of the field. And they would hook water into the cable to a tree stump that they needed to pull, and they would pull it. You could see how this could work. As they went forward with the cable, it put tension on that stump, and eventually it would rip it out of the ground. The cable that is on the end that is secured to that speaker pole would have been secured to another tree.
That's our show this week. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, next week we'll show the steam engines and tractors displayed at this great event. You won't want to miss it. This program is available for purchase. To order your copy, please call 319-362-3027 or visit www.ruralheritage.com. Rural Heritage is a bi-monthly magazine dedicated to draft animal farming and logging, as well as other aspects of our rich rural heritage. It is published by Mishka Press, which also offers a complete line of Back to the Land books, DVDs, and calendars. Call or write for a catalog or subscription information, or visit our website at www.ruralheritage.com.